So, hello everyone. Today's topic is what are the exceptions of law of demand? So, let's see what are the exceptions of law of demand. So, first of all, what is exception? Exception means something that does not follow any rule or pattern is called as exception. Exception, something that does not follow any rule or pattern is called as an exception. Here, what is exception in the law of demand? You can see the rule of demand is equals to rule of demand. When the prices are increases, when the price of the goods are increases, the demand decreases. When the price of goods decreases, the demand increases. Here, there is an inverse relationship. Inverse relationship between the price and demand as per the rule of the demand. But in the exceptions of law of demand, it will be complete opposite. Here happens that if the price of the goods increases, the demand for goods also increases. There will be a positive or direct relationship. Direct relationship between the price and demand according to this exception of law of demand. Now let's see what are the exceptions of this law of demand. First one, exceptions. First one, Giffen paradox. It is one of the exception of law of demand. In this exception was given by Sir Robert Giffen. This exception was given by Sir Robert Giffen. He observed that in this exception, he observed that the rise in bread price level of the British due to low British wage paid earners. He has the two commodities. Sir Robert Giffen has two commodities. One is the bread, second one is the meat. Sir Robert Giffen observed that the rise in price of the bread, people used to consume more bread because, and the people reduced consumption of meat. The increase in the price of the bread, also they have consumed more bread and they less of meat. Because of that, because the reason behind consuming less meat, because the bread can be used with or without meat. The bread can be used with or without meat. The bread can be used. As the price of breads are higher, meat are higher, and As the prices are increased to bread, people also shifted to bread and reduced consumption of meat, because the reason behind that, the bread can be used with or without meat. It is one of the exception of law of demand different paradox. Now let's see the second one, Veblen effect, or you may be called it as prestigious goods. Veblen effect, or you can call it as prestigious goods. According to this effect, certain commodities are demanded because of their prestigious value. According to this exception, the certain goods are consumed if their prices are higher, the people use it to consume or purchase it more because of their prestigious value. If the increase in prices of these goods, people purchase it more. If there is an increase in price, there increase in purchase because of the prestigious value. These goods are mostly displayed or used as a status symbol. Status symbol, a status symbol, such as such goods, such things as gold, diamonds, cars, buildings, etc. If the price of such goods are increases, such assets, such goods are increases, the price of these goods are increases, the demand for also these goods are increases because of the prestigious value. This effect was given by, this exception was given by Sir Veblen. Let's see the third one. Let's see the third exception is speculation. Speculation. In this, the people assume that if the prices of some of the goods or commodities is going to be increased in future, the people will consume or purchase the goods right now at the higher prices due to their false assumption, is called as speculation. In further future, the people assumed to be increase in price of some of the commodities or goods. In further future, the people assumed that to be increase in price of the some of the goods or commodities, the people going to purchase, or they can purchase the goods at higher prices right now. This is the third exception, that is speculation. That is, the people develop a false assume that if the price of goods to be increased in further future, they're going to be purchase the goods right now at the higher prices. Here you can see that if the price of goods increases, the demand also increases. It is third one, the third exception, that is speculation. Let's see the fourth one. Pause the video or take a screenshot. Fourth one, illusion. It is a last exception that the people assume that, or the people can develop a false statement that the high priced goods or commodities have the higher quality and high demand, because the people assume that if the price of the goods are higher, they are high qualitative goods. If the price of goods are lower, and they think that the quality, if the prices are lower, the goods quality may be deteriorates. They can develop a false statement that can lead to another exception of law of demand. Sometimes people can develop a false assumption or statement that a high priced goods have great or good quality, and also they think that the low priced goods quality may deteriorate. In such assumption, the people going to consume the prices, if the prices of the goods are higher, the demand should be also higher. It is a false. It is the fourth one, fourth exception of law of demand, that is illusion. Now let's see, in this case, how the demand curve should be like that. Here you can see this. X-axis, Y-axis. Here you can take the prices. You can take quantity. You can take quantity here. In case of normal law of demand, the rule in that law of demand rule should be that if the prices of the goods are increases, the demand for goods decreases. If the prices are decreases, the demand should be increased. It is a normal way, it is a normal rule in case of law of demand. Then the demand curve should be like this, which is sloping down from left to right towards down in case of law of demand. But in the exception of law of demand, exception means I already told that something that cannot follow a rule or pattern is called an exception. Here, according to this law of demand, here exception, the rule should be like this: if the price of the goods increases, the demand also increases. Therefore, there should be a direct relationship. Here it will be inverse relationship. In exception, the demand curve should be like this. The demand curve should be like this. Quantity demanded 1 and the people created assumption. Quantity demanded 2. Demand, demand. Demand curve. Here it will be like this because there is an increasing. If the prices of, you can see in the Giffen paradox, if the price of the bread, if the price of the bread increased, the demand for bread also increased. In the second one, in the Veblen effect, the prestigious goods prices increases, the demand also increased. In third one, speculation, the price of the goods increased, the demand also increased. In illusion, it is a false statement developed to the people. In that, the price of the goods also increased, the demand also increased. There should be, in all that, there will be a direct relationship. Therefore, the demand curve will be like this, which is an increasing from left to right. These are the exceptions of law of demand. Pause the video, take a screenshot, or you can pause and write. Thank you. That's all for the day.